Last time you saw Gheeup, it was a fully functioning drift car. But when you're striving to be the best, you have to continue to take it to the next level.
With less than 2 weeks to go, we get the dry-sump finalised on the S13 and the Turbosmart straight gate for Gheeup.
So join us on the road to Matsuri.
Yeah, once I get off this phone, I'll jump onto that one and... Yeah, I know, he's waiting. Yeah, I've got him on hold. We're all busy, we're all on the phone. Why? No. George, do you have a second?
Yeah.
Do you want to take the phone?
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Alright. Through the bunny ears.
Not a bunny ears, it's a love heart. Bunny ears. What a joke. George, have a seat. Sit. If I miss this, I'm gay.
Something historical has happened. Something that happens once every 10 years, once every decade, right? We've actually been a part of Voodoo's shift in sticker design and application. As you can see there, we've got the old gen. That's the old generation. And then this is the new generation. So Elon Musk, right, has played a big role in the new gen. Sure, I've just heard people talk about.
Say pickle oil would make it sink quite bad.
No, you mean actual pickle oil? I hate pickles, so I wouldn't invest like. No, Nigel Peachy said he pickled an oil in his fence.
Well, pickle would just mean like soaked. Like soaked it. Because when you pickle something, it's just soaking it in, like a brine.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
With no pickles.
Okay, so we got Damo's S13. I've got one line left.
What was that?
I've got one line left to make for the oiling system in this car, and then it's basically sealed up. So, Denny,
Oi, quiet on the set, fellas! Come on!
throw my
Now I'll tell you what.
you're
George,
right, Andy.
You see all these things floating in?
Loud.
Because it's his birthday, he thinks you just walk in here and keep it up. Doesn't look a day over 42, does he?
Doesn't look a day over 50. We got the dry sump tank mounted in the boot, and then
Whereabouts?
in the boot. So we've got these fatty dash 16 AM lines running to the front of the car. So we've got two different ones here. We got the more flexible line is, the more flexible looking line. You can't tell it's flexible. It's a TV screen.
Yeah.
So we got the black one here. The black one is a more flexible rubber cutter line. Still got a very high pressure rating, but can be a little bit susceptible to sucking clothes under like extreme vacuum. So basically the more flexible line, the black one, is the return from the pump. So that line's always under pressure and it's way more flexible, and it just turned out that the spot where it had to go to get to the pump was like a little bit more of a path, I guess you'd say. So we wanted to use a more flexible line there. The silver line here is a lot more rigid, has no problems under vacuum, is perfectly fine. So that is the suction line to the dry sump pump.
Maybe a scavenge line?
The scavenge, yeah. Scavenge from the tank. Yeah, so that's all done. I got one line to make. So Up the front, we've got the oil cooler, so it basically comes out of the dry sump pump, goes into the oil cooler, through the oil cooler, out of the oil cooler to the oil filter relocation block, through that, through the filter,
Through the what?
back,
What's that?
the oil filter relocation block.
Oh, okay.
Through the filter, back out of the block, and then into the bottom of the dry sump pan, where there would usually be an oil filter on a standard LS, into the block, and then does what it does inside the engine,
everything
gets sucked back out by the dry sump pump, comes back in this black line into the tank, goes into the dry sump tank there, loses all its crankcase ventilation and that it picks up along the way, air bubbles, and then gets scavenged back out the bottom of the tank in the silver line, back to the pump, and he starts all over again. So that's pretty much what I've been doing.
Yep.
Daniel
Whipped
made
up
that.
a little bash plate. Yeah, did a bash plate. Yeah, just putting together really. Painted some stuff for 15. Quite a bit on, George.
Got the handbrake on.
I haven't really finished anything to be able to like show you. But yeah, that's finished. You can show them that, George, man. I hope you like it. Anyway, yeah, Matsuri prep, yeah. Let's get back to it. It's Friday. How am I meant to work in these conditions? Well, I'm always under the pump. Half cans everywhere.
What the?
What pump?
Yeah.
Serious on that route, George? It's an electric water pump. I'm normally under that.
It's much easier with the clear lock. It's still locked, yeah, baby. This hook is far too hooky.
You look like a bit of a hoodlum at the moment.
Do I?
Yeah, so.
Ooh. How far down can you get?
Not far.
How far down can you get?
Not far. Why does that smell like coffee?
My mouth.
That's a bit easy. What's he worried about? I'm putting that on there. Taking that off there and putting this on there.
Have you done one of these yet?
No. Yeah,
Where does it actually? You say heaps of room, but that's not actually.
Yeah, there's not actually. Yeah, that way. Oh,
That way.
We'll see. But just get a spanner under the
Nah,
plane.
no deal. Doesn't fit.
Now
It takes me.
it doesn't fit.
The wiring guys here looking at fabrication.
If you have it like that, that's an easy weld. But then
Yeah, you can get that here, eh?
stick it.
You get it.
Yeah.
You get it.
You just keep telling me to do it.
Yeah, you
got a bit of stick out.
a stick welder, I'll do it.
We gotta cut that.
Stay graph. Run the straight gate, boys. Run a straight gate, boys.
That is plastic. It's tic-tastic.
Is that plan? Go on, Cobb.
How you going?
It's just a big gap.
No battery?
Have you got the battery disconnected on this?
Yeah, it's a lot of money in this car to be zapping. That's all.
Is it?
What? Matsuri prep.
Yeah.
The road to it.
I think.
Are you ready to?
I said they'll be fine.
Are you,
No, I don't like cameras.
why not?
No.
The porno we made, you were sweet. Well, look what we got here.
We got a bit of progress. Made a bit of progress on all of the cars.
Made a lump sum of
over
progress,
the weekend. Lump
I'd
sum.
say.
So we're actually, as of right now, very close to starting the 408 stroked iron block Magnuson blower supercharged S13. Forgot what the car was.
PS13.
Waiting on an alternator belt. We've just actually primed the motor, so we've got oil pressure in the engine. So one of the little positives of a dry sump is you can take the dry sump belt off and manually prime the engine by spinning the dry sump. So it means we'll have oil pressure. We've got oil pressure in this engine before we've ever actually hit the key, which is a really good and helpful thing to have. This morning we have the tail shaft put in from Oliver's drive shaft. Got that in, it fits, mint, always does. So that's in, we've got the exhaust on the car, we've got oil in it. I'm just about to put, well, once that alternator belt turns up, we're going to put the front of the engine back together, put the radiator and all that sort of stuff in, all the coolant lines, fill it with coolant. The boys are actually on their way to Brisbane to pick up some drums of X85. It's a more consistent E85 blend, so it's called X85, which is basically just drum E85. So there's no impurities. There's no impurities or variations. It's 85% ethanol. There's no up or downs. So that's the logic behind that. So ideally, this thing will be running this afternoon, which will be sweet.
So we've got the S15 2J build happening.
No longer the banana boat.
The banana boat is not really bananaed anymore.
Crisis is, I guess you call it. We can call it Crisis.
We can call it a crisis. This is quite a crisis.
We can't put the number. So the number plate for this car is actually Cry S15 Crisis. To play on.
It's in there. We'll show you next time.
We'll show you later.
Yeah,
so no longer the banana boat, I guess. We'll start calling it Crisis. We're in a bit of a crisis.
Yeah, we are in a bit of a crisis with it all. Take five. I've got Jumpman over here just being a loud.
Yeah.
Hey, travelling there, Cobber? What? Chapter for NOS line, so Jodie's going to put run some NOS line under there. We're mounting the ECU currently at the moment.
Yeah, so this is actually just a dummy 2JZ. So this 2J is actually out of another S15 that we've got. So we, over the weekend, had some issues.
We had a busy weekend.
Had some clearance issues with the billet 2J. So the camshafts in that engine are actually just...
I wouldn't say too big.
Well, not too big. They're the right size, but they're just too big for the combination that we put them in. We stuck them in, so had some clearance issues with the pistons. So then the engine had to come back apart and get the reliefs, get the fly cuts put in the pistons so that the camshafts would clear. We didn't really want to go to a smaller camshaft, so kept it cranky. In the meantime, to keep progress on this car going, we ripped the 2J out of that S15, put it into this S15,
so we can
mocked everything up. Yeah, so that we can put pipes and coolers and start mounting everything electrical for Eddie to start measuring up as well.
In theory, we should be able to just whack the new one in when it rocks up.
Just do a hot swap.
A little.
But I believe the billet 2J, the actual engine for this car, is actually coming back today, this afternoon. So they're picking up drums of X85 and the billet 2J. So hopefully this afternoon I think we're actually going to rip this thing out very soon.
Yeah.
So that this afternoon / tonight we can put the billet engine in. And then we can actually start just putting things on the car without the intention of them having to come back off.
Permanently, I guess you almost
permanently installed. On the red car, all the interior stuff is obviously all new. I don't know if you've probably shown them that, I guess.
The world that, George. Took the car to Lee's, did all the carpet, upholstery, etc. He's the one that's re-upholstered the seats, dash, stuff.
Every little inch of this car inside is now carpeted as well. So last time you saw it, it had all the car builders sound deadener. If you look in there now, which George is probably already showing you as I'm talking, everything is carpeted.
With some lovely red stitching.
Some lovely carpet, yeah. All the glass, Dan Coley came over on the weekend as well. He was here putting in some hours on Sunday, got all the glass in the car. So we got a brand spanking new front windscreen.
And rubbers and all
rubbers and seals. And then we got the rear quarters and the rear hatch in as well. So big thanks to him coming out on a Sunday and doing that for us.
Man.
And then the only thing that sort of changed up the front here, Eddie's brought his...
He's a quick little boy,
his engine harness up. So the engine harness is just laying over the engine at the moment. By the looks of it, you can see his bulkhead back there. You want to get a little shot of that, George?
See that bulkhead?
Bulk its head.
That head's quite bulked.
So that's all in. And then the other thing that we've done to this car this morning is we got a little package at the end of last week from Turbosmart with a new
E-gate,
50mm E-gate. So it's the 50mm straight gate, not an E-gate. So the only difference here is that it's a butterfly as opposed to a I don't know what's the opposite of a butterfly?
How would we explain butterfly to valve, I guess? Pressure valve, spring.
It's a linear actuator.
That's it, linear actuator.
There you go. So it's not linear, it's rotational. Like a throttle body. It's the same as a throttle body, but in a wastegate, basically.
Yeah.
So it's all controlled electronically. So all going well. This thing, it should be the most refined that it's ever been with the new E-gate on there. It gives us a lot more controllability over boost.
Isn't that right, Eddie?
Yeah, mate.
I'll make it. Yeah, my man.
So next
let him know. Yeah, let him know.
Next video, we will have the S13 tuned and Gheeup will be running. That's the plan.
In a perfect world, you all know how that goes.
And we've only got one world, so it's
see you in the next one.
Perfect. That's it. Thanks for watching.
Hooroo.
There's your update. Enjoy.
Like, comment,
Like, comment,
subscribe.
subscribe. Get ready to watch the next video.
Stay tuned for Matsuri prep.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments below if you think we're going to make it. It's Monday the 26th of September. 12:14 p.m. Monday the 26th
1 minute
of
till
September.
lunchtime, we're going to go have smoko.
That's it. Thank you.
All right.
Peace.
Hooroo.
Deuces. Hooroo. Yeah. Oh yeah. I got flow out of both of those.
Heavy flow. You guys have quite a heavy flow.
I think when I had it apart, I
These
looked
guys, George. These guys over here, right? Such a heavy flow.
hand behind the back with the rattle gun. Can't wait to see it. He keeps that thing on him.
It's up here. Picked her up from the machinist, put her down here, measured it out. She's roughly a foot long.
Celine Dion.
Bro,
I actually went and sprayed my f***ing weeds.
wait, you got that backpack on? Plug it in.
Done.
Yeah, word. Yeah. Goes hard as, bro. Big wanders.
Because George literally his video and you're talking about my big ones.
Bro, you wave it around. Goes hard. Really want to make sure these locate in the correct place, so we like to just. Yep. See? Precision.
What do you call that kind of measurement?
Well, I call that an eyeball. Non-eyeball, actually. I didn't look, so it'd have to be like a blind sight, maybe? There.
He did.
He is dead. Monocle. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Yeah. 5 amp red lithium ion battery hasn't stopped for 2 months. Quality tooling.
Wowee.
Milwaukee never goes out of warranty. It's a non-lithium warrantised battery. That's all that is. What's in there?